A very tough second 40 for the Kiwis to get going, but here it is, 18-6, England lead.
They're 40 minutes away from the Four Nations final.
It's quite interesting that the only one of the 34 players not on the field yet so far in the first half was John Wilkin for England. I've seen him warming up. Whether he gets on the field, we'll have to wait and see.
Game restarts, and underneath the kickoff is Kyle Eastman. Here is Crabtree. Desperate for a big game on home soil. Wonderful off-road to Roby.
Great stuff. It's all about composure now, England, for the next 10 minutes. Make sure they get over the advantage line. Good kick and chase. The attacking kicks, unbelievable in that first 40 minutes from England. 9 against 2 from New Zealand, and it really has put a lot of pressure on the Kiwis. They have not been able to handle these attacking kicks at all.
Westwood gets England to the halfway line. Tackle number 4 nearly lost the ball there because the big Frank Pritchard tried to step over the top of him. Here now is Crabtree. It was a wonderful upload from him just a few tackles ago, and Roby in a dummy half. Finds Graham. James Graham looks very much up for this. He has done from the first whistle tonight. Roby, back it comes to Sinfield. Up goes the kick again. This aerial bombardment is causing the New Zealanders all sorts of problems, and Perrott deals with that threat this time.
This is the offload there from Crabtree. This is one of the reasons why Tony Smith wanted him out there. He's such a big unit, we know that, but the ability to offload there, it allowed James Roby to get about 15-20 metres downfield. It is so important.
Wait!
There is Big Earl. And Jeff Lima here for the Kiwis to halfway on tackle number 4. Isaac Luke. Great run from Isaac Luke. Good offload to Lancer Hyatt. Oh, they've got men in numbers out wide. I think Junior Sau went the wrong way. No, he hasn't. Wonderful pass. Wonderful drive. Men Martellino. New Zealand strike first, start of this second half. It was all down to Isaac Luke. It was a wonderful run from him. They're so dangerous when this fellow's on the field. The man from South Sydney. But it was Ben Martellino's try. Testamy off the bench against the French last week. He played 18 times for New Zealand Warriors this year. There's only one substitute appearance from them since August the 9th.
I think it's been the start of the competition so far as this fella, Isaac Luke. And Stephen Kearney tries to keep him on the bench for as long as he can. You thought that Junior Sau had done the wrong thing, but it's a beautiful little dummy, wasn't it? And Martellino gets the Kiwis back into this game. Just what they needed, but I'm afraid they were caught very badly with England round that play the ball area. They've got to keep an eye on Isaac Luke.
As we keep an eye on Bryson Goodwin to see if he can add the extras, and he can. Barry.
Eddie, that was right in front of me, that the pace that Isaac Luke took in from dummy half, and he had all the runners that he could choose from, but he chose to take that tackle, made the ball available, then it went through hands. And I think Stephen Kearney, when he got excited at half-time, would have said, look, let's just calm down, play the things that we're good at, which is good pace, good power. Brian Kearney highlighted it at half-time. The England boys were running very strong, and I think Stephen Kearney would have challenged his Kiwis to run even faster and harder.
That's a mistake. That's a big error from the kickoff by Sam Perrott.
He's not the best under the high bomb, is he? And even though that was dipping through, he knows he should have taken it. Stephen Kearney would have been overjoyed by the fact that they'd got back into the game. How many times do we see that in the game of rugby league?
England with the try right on the stroke of half-time. New Zealand with the try right after half-time. 18-12 here in Huddersfield. England, though, with this chance. This is Briscoe. Roby is the man in at dummy half for the English. 17 metres away from the line. Graham will take it forward again. Roby once more. He gets it to Sinfield. Back it comes to Eastman. Not short of confidence, Eastman. Roby fires the pass wide. Tompkins, short ball to Ellis. There was no way forward for Ellis then.
Well, again, we see a forward like Ellis just standing still, not running onto the football. It's all right doing the switch.
England have switched the attack here. That's a great ball, Westwood. Important tackle that by Nathan Feen. This is Sinfield. Crossfield kick from him. High. Perrott again asks the question. Not called. Play on, or is it? Knocked on by England in the in-goal area.
Well, he had to play the advantage just in case he went all the way upfield. Didn't.
Tony Smith and Steve McNamara alongside him. Warrington and Bradford Bulls, club coaches, brothers in arms for England tonight. It's Isaac Luke again.
It's so important that England maintain that physicality they had in the first half. I thought the forward pack were absolutely magnificent, not only when they were defending, but also when they ran the ball. And as Brian Carney rightly pointed out at half-time, there was a lot of shared work. Their back three worked very hard, as we see an error there from the New Zealand side, but the back three worked overtime. There was help coming in from the centres. They just shared the workload. I'm sure that Tony Smith has said, look, go and do the same thing, but make sure you maintain your intensity. You drop off at any side, this side will come back at you. And there was obviously a warning sign fired very, very early when New Zealand were able to score in the first 5 minutes of the second half.
Forward pass from Adam Blair.
The stat at the top of your screen tells you another reason why England are in front, Eddie. New Zealand, uncharacteristically in this tournament, have come up with a high number of handling errors. There was a forward pass which has given England possession. We saw a knock-on from a kick-off restart just 3 minutes earlier. And the Kiwis are helping England here to inch the way forward to next week's final.
Roby and Crabtree.
Good work by the big forward as well. Kiwis trying to hold him down, trying to stop and prevent England from having a quick play the ball area.
This is Sean Briscoe again, but Pritchard collared him. He wants to get on with it. That could easily have been another infringement by the Kiwis. Westwood does well, gets the ball away to Graham. He finds Eastman. Last tackle here for England.
Got to go to Perry, hasn't it? It's been a real problem.
It's gone along the ground, looking for the runners down that side.
He didn't look too confident either, Sam Perrott, when that ball was bobbling around.
Better on the deck than up in the air, he'll say, Steve, won't he? Let's get down to Bill quickly.
Adrian Morley's been out of action for a while. He did come off after taking a bit of a hit quite early in the play, and good to see him back out on the sideline, ready to rejoin the fray. Jamie Peacock alongside him, so they're sending the big guns out there. Mind you, Earl Crabtree hasn't done a bad job on in place of them, because considering he underwent knee surgery just about 4 weeks ago, it's a big effort from the Huddersfield Giants player.
Yes, it is, but Peacock and Morley will return shortly. Just letting the pace of this game and letting New Zealand work through this set of 6, then they will be on. Kick right down the middle of the field.
That's much better.
It's a great kick, this. Oh, it's just going to stay. No, it isn't. It just went over the dead ball line. It's better from Nathan Feen. Crabtree and Graham go off. Morley and Peacock come back.
Nathan Feen's kicking game in that first 40 wasn't too impressive either. And they've got them for being offside.
It's
well, they never made any attempt.
who's the man who's been penalised.
Made no attempt to get back onto the 10. 10 metres, that is, when from the tap.
So Kevin Sinfield will buy 20 metres ground for the English. They'll restart 10 from halfway. Morley, first touch since he's been back on.
You get the impression, OK, there's only 6 points between you, but to me, England have controlled the game a lot better than what the Kiwis have.
But that's 6 points, Steve-O. That is the...
I know.
That's the crucial thing.
A draw, and we keep thinking about it. That's all the Kiwis have to do. You don't have to win. A draw will do them.
Tompkins, and here, oh, great ball from Sinfield, finds Ellis. Ellis plays the ball quickly to Roby. This is Shenton. Shenton gets it away to Ryan Hall.
Oh, nearly got in there. He had the numbers.
It's Sinfield again. Slides the kick over the top. That's not the best from Kevin Sinfield tonight. Benji Marshall diffuses that situation.
He read it well, didn't he, the New Zealand skipper? It had to be as well. Get him back on the 10. It's nervous times. I wonder if Tony Smith might be thinking about sending the message out. If you get an opportunity, just go for that extra point. Just gives you that buffer, doesn't it?
Well, generally, he's not a great fan of it, but the thing is, Steve-O, England need the extra point because, as you have said, and we've said all night, they can't afford to have a draw here.
No, and that's what I'm saying. If it's, there could be how much petrol left in the tank, get the opportunity, just go for the one. They've got enough confidence out there, the likes of Kevin Sinfield.
Blair will play the ball here to the danger man, Isaac Luke. He's brushed away from Roby. He got the ball away. They're keeping it alive. Lamso higher. Here is Nathan Feen. Now the danger man, Benji Marshall, trying to go inside the England defender. Chris Bridge dealt with that threat well. Up goes the kick from Feen, and that's right up in the air, straight up in the air. Who wants it? Morley does. 10 minutes of this second half gone. One try, second half to New Zealand. They trail, though, the world champions behind, 18 points to 12.
They really are up and down, the Kiwis. A few moments ago, I was praising the good kick from Nathan Feen, and then that one, well, he was shocking. He went back 3 yards.
We've just seen John Wilkin come onto the field. A fast and versatile player. Maybe one who can exploit some tiring players here for the New Zealanders. Chance here for England to press.
And it's with Tompkins. Little half break from Tompkins. Hauled down by Junior Sow on the last tackle. Roby gets the pass away. And no! Shenton over the top looking for Ryan Hall.
He had to take the gamble. It wasn't the best pass coming to him either. And he knew that the man was there. He had the overlap, and Ryan Hall knew all he had to do was get that good one. He was in.
As England, they have lost the last 4 against New Zealand, and actually they show just 2 wins and a draw from 7 since way back in 1908 as England. Of course, Great Britain is a different kettle of fish, a totally different story. And they actually won the Test series here 2 years ago by 3 rubbers to 0. It was a whitewash for the Kiwis. Well, Bridge and Nuasala. Whoops. Well, something's being said, and there's a little bit of verbals going on. It is a penalty to New Zealand, no doubt about that.
Well, the verbals have been going on all night, but you expect that at the international level. And they just pushed him away and just retaliated slightly. It was, they've got to keep their composure. The 6 points are not going to be enough. I do not think that 6 points at this point in time is going to be enough when it comes to the end, because this New Zealand outfit, they're capable of scoring tries. We haven't really seen the magic sidestepping from Benji Marshall.
That was Marshall. This is Fui Moi Moi, and England after him in numbers. He's standing, though, standing firm. Eventually goes down on the second tackle. Plays the ball here to Isaac Luke. Good short ball. He said it was forward.
I think he got it right.
Not sure about that. I'm not sure about that.
Is definitely forward.
Yeah, slightly. Not much in it. Oh, on this angle, that looks all right, doesn't it? It's amazing what the different angles can give you, but the man there with the whistle, if you're an England fan, you'll be happy.
I think that's a poor call by the referee, but anyway, it's to England's advantage. But one thing that you're speaking about, Steve-O, was the fact that Benji Marshall, I'm sure that he will have an influence in this game at some stage, but he will struggle to have an influence as long as England maintain numbers in the tackle, slow the play the ball down. You just don't get any offloads and you don't get the quick play the ball. New Zealand really haven't been able to get into any sort of rhythm with their game plan at all, and that really is a credit to this England side, the way that they've been defending and the way they've been able to roll down the field. See, offloads like that we've seen come from England more than we've seen from New Zealand, and we expect New Zealand to play that sort of rugby league, but they're just not able to so far in this game.
3 on 3 then. It was Kieran Foran on Chris Bridge. This is Eastman, pops it up for Morley. Moi Moi and Nuasala bring Adrian Morley down. Last tackle here. Now, what's the kick going to be like from Tompkins this time? It's high again.
Not a bad one.
Oh, Lancel Hire is dodgy under those.
You wouldn't put him back your house on him, would you, to take it every time? 100%. Good effort there by Sam Tompkins.
Remarkable, really, because Ohio, 2 tries in Toulouse last week, 7 tries in his last 7 internationals for New Zealand. Man of the match against the Aussies at the Stoop. You know, there's an argument for saying this fella's been the man of the series till tonight.
And you don't forget, though, the first 6 years of international career, he spent time at stand-off, scrum half and hooker. It was only injuries to Kiwi fullbacks, really, that eventually put him there at last year's World Cup. And admittedly, he's done a good job in his last 10 test matches from that position. He's not naturally a fullback, and it's taken him some time to adapt to the role.
Nuasala is going nowhere. That's the last tackle. They're still inside their own half, New Zealand. Isaac Luke. And the kick to Peter Fox. Trying to go round Marshall. Fends him off, but can't get away from the next 2 who are in there quickly. Soliala was one, and Waria Hargreaves the other. Here's Ryan Hall.
When you've got a lead, okay, it's only 6 points, but you've got to make sure that when the kick comes to you, that you don't lose the possession. It is so vital now. England have to just build, get over the advantage line, and then apply that pressure. We keep mentioning the full-back, Ohio, is dodgy under it. So is Sam Perrin.
That was a forward pass from Tompkins.
Dear me.
Well, I can't wait to see this
if
again.
the other one was forward, that one certainly was.
Yeah,
No, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't agree. I can't agree with that. I think it's a flat pass because Sam Tompkins just drifts back a little bit. Okay, it might give an impression, but I got to say that's a tough call to me.
Okay, Sean.
Do I need glasses?
No, you've got an opinion, and why not let everybody know it?
Yeah, there was plenty of people said the Earth was flat years ago.
I thought it still isn't it.
Here's Moi Moi. Nothing flat about him.
The crowd have gone a bit flat, though, Eddie, because it's the first time
Yes.
New Zealand have started possession. First tackle so close to England's line, and they're looking with a backline shot to exploit some challenge.
It's Goodwin. He bounces off Eastman. He gets away from Fox, but England come in numbers and they wrestle him to the ground. They've still got 3 tackles remaining, though. They're 10 metres away. Ohio. Here is Benji Marshall. Now it's Nuasala. Surrounded by 4 white jerseys now. Down he goes.
Come on, guys!
Referee wants them to get out of the way. I mean, there's been messing around in the ruck from both sides, to be fair, tonight. Marshall. That's a great bit of work from Sam Tompkins.
Now, can the Kiwis give it some height?
They do, out wide. Nathan Feen. Peter Fox is underneath this. Godwin's underneath this. Peter Fox, he has diffused that in goal. That's a 20-metre restart.
Oh, it was bouncing all over the place. He did well to get it on the second occasion. Boom. Oh, got to get it. Well, that's the first real good high kick that we've seen from New Zealand.
Here's Ryan Hall now for England. It's tense now, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's why the crowd's gone quiet.
They've just got to settle things down. You don't do anything over elaborate. Just make sure you get field position. And then utilise that high bomb again.
Here's Peacock.
So effective in the first half.
Roby and Sinfield. Back it goes to Briscoe. Last one for England in centre field. And up it goes, off to the boot. It's Wilkin who's out there. There he is, John Wilkin. Hasn't played since the grand final. And his first international since that World Cup semi-final defeat 51 weeks ago. How will we ever forget it? Luluwai was the dummy half. He got the ball away to Soliola.
Well, we're only seconds away into the final quarter, and England not even interested to shape up, drive towards the sticks and maybe add that vital drop goal, that vital extra point.
Luluwai's kick
is a beauty.
It's going to ask Briscoe to run it out, and Luluwai does well.
Well, that was nearly a farce, wasn't it? It looked as though it stopped, and then tackle hadn't been completed. They all had to turn around, look at the official and say, can we play on?
Shenton takes it forward, halted by Blair and Nuasala.
This is a vital set of 6 for England.
Morley promotes the ball to Eastman.
Nearly was away, wasn't it?
Well, I suppose in some ways you have to throw caution to the wind if you're going to beat New Zealand. But it doesn't do the heart rate any good.
I'm wondering now whether Tony Smith gets a message out to Kyle Eastman and say, look, instead of playing down the middle, go a little bit wider, play on towards the centre area.
That's a good kick from Sinfield. It's just run slightly over the dead ball line, so they bring it back 20 metres.
Because Sinfield's the type of player that we've seen when he's playing for the Leeds Rhinos, and he did it in the semi-finals and the final. Has the ability to miss out 3-4 men, and you get the speed of Eastman out wide, not in the middle, but just adjoining the centre. Wide of the ruck, that's what we need, something different.
Well, the game had to stop then whilst Kieran Foran got back on side. He hasn't played for 7 weeks. It's his first test match. He's into the final quarter here. This will be a test of his concentration. This sport tests you physically. There's no question about that. You will need to watch it once to know. But it's the mental concentration needed. And here's a lapse, a penalty, a vital one that goes against Michael Shenton and England.
Well,
oh, come on. I'm sorry, but...
well, you get out of the way, Steve, when you don't put a hand on them. You don't give the Thierry Alibert the option, do you? Harsh, I'll agree, but you don't give him the option. Now then, this is a vital set of 6 for England. Junior Sao.
Look, top-class, experienced referees, Eddie, they realise that at this rate, international players, it takes it out of them. They're getting a little bit tired. You've got to have a little bit of flexibility.
This is Noah Salah, the 10 metres short of the England line. Luluai is scheming. He gets the ball away to drive in from Maria Hargreaves. That's the England line. Here is Luluai. Comes back here to Nathan Feen. He looks wide and finds Benji Marshall. He pops it up to Moi Moi. Fui, Moi Moi. They bring him down. This is Marshall. Here is Feen. Comes back. 2 players miss him. Gives the short ball. It's O'Haya. And here now is Foran.
That's tremendous English defence. Not one person came out of the line. They knew exactly what they had to do. It's got to be a good kick.
And it's high from the boot of Nathan Feen.
Not a bad one.
It's flicked back. It's play on. It's with Marshall. Now it's out.
He dropped it. Now then, what was the first knock on? It's the turnover. Well, he had the opportunity. It went backwards, fumbled with it. Oh.
Well, Benji Marshall, just 13 tests previously. Probably should have played a lot more, but shoulder problems have dogged the Kiwi test captain throughout his career. Bill?
Eddie, Phil was mentioning the fact that Kieran Foran was feeling the pace. We saw him desperately trying to get back in line for that tap 20 a few moments ago. Well, in fact, they've decided that they can't risk having him out there for this crucial final quarter of the game. So Foran has been replaced.
Yes, he looked out on his feet. Really did. The emotion as a teenager, 19, of playing your first test match, and then, as Phil has rightly said, not having played for 7 weeks.
Oh, no.
It's a little knock on by Kevin Sinfield. It's a zero tackle, beg your pardon, by Sam Burgess.
He tried to offload, Eddie, and you don't really need to do that. Remember, we are in front.
So used to seeing Kevin Sinfield wearing 13, both for
Yeah. Great tackle. What a great tackle by the captain.
But it went backwards is the view of the referee, so New Zealand can come forward again here with Jared Waria-Hargreaves.
Well, I mentioned the defence of England just a minute earlier ago, and I must say that they've done well. Remember, they had a problem in the first half against Australia down that right side. And Chris Bridge, and of course that's where they're putting Kyle Eastman in defensive line. They haven't missed a tackle yet. Let's hope it keeps that way.
Here's Benji Marshall. Pritchard just plucked that ball out of the air. Well, it's New Zealand's half in terms of possession, but England clinging on to the 6-point lead for the time being. Knock on against Soliola. He can't believe it.
He got a fingertip to it though. Well, he can't believe it or not. Or did he?
Don't think he did, you know.
Ooh, maybe he's
and
been
if he did, it went backwards.
Been harshly done by here. No, I don't think he had his hand to it. He had a look at the French official and said, well, you know, who knocked on? I didn't.
Big quarter of an hour. in the English cause coming up.
It needs good, hard, solid work from the forwards. They've got to get somewhere near the halfway line. They've got to get back to control in the kicking game, which was so effective in the first half.
Next try wins it, do you think?
Yep.
Here's Roby. Tompkins wants to get on with it. Graham. Moy picked him out. England not getting over the advantage line quite like the Kiwis are. They're now over halfway. On the way to the sideline here, though. Managed to stay in the field of play somehow, Michael Shenton.
Get it up. Oh, that's good
Sinfield wants
position.
to... Oh, charge down. Picked up by Frank Pritchard, though. There's a danger.
Well, we're at that interesting point of the game. I just watched this charge down here, which could have been fortuitous for the England side, but New Zealand were able to retain or gain possession there. But we're at an interesting point of the game, aren't we, where New Zealand really have to now win this match. I know a draw is good enough, but they've still got to score points. They've got to score a try at least to put themselves in position and rely on the conversion being taken. Whereas England have a mindset where they know they don't have to score, yet I believe if they do score, that New Zealand can't come back. So it's an interesting one. You can't afford to be negative. You can't afford to look at the clock or the scoreboard. You just have to go out and keep playing. And if an opportunity presents itself, please take it.
It's the last tackle here. They're running it. That's a nice dab to the in-goal area. It's a lovely ricochet as well. Lance O'Hire was hunting the opportunity. Briscoe came to the rescue for England. Just got a little dink off the post there. Look, just took the pace off the ball. Put pressure on the England full-back.
Good work, the two full-backs in competition there. Briscoe got back in time. England fans trying to lift them.
This is when you find out how far you're prepared to push your body here. There's an amount of pain that everybody has to accept, but England will have to go beyond that here now if they want to defend this set and stay in this game, a critical juncture.
Second goal line dropout the Kiwis have forced. And here they come with the big men up front. Frank Paul Nuwasala. Luluai and Moy.
And you can see that both sides are tiring now, and that's... Oh, was that above the horizontal? Went very close to it.
It was. Bridge was taking a risk there. O'Hire. A little bit of lady luck, a little bit of fortune smiling on England there.
And of course the Kiwis defensive, that they've really upped the tempo here. It was a very good ricochet, wasn't it, in the end? But England finding it very difficult to get anywhere near to get themselves in a position to go for that 1 point.
Yeah, I think if they got up this other end now, I'm sure they would have a crack at it.
They've got to, because I think that 1 point will just demoralise their opposition.
It seems an eternity, though, since they've actually been in a position of threat on that New Zealand line. And Sinfield with the kick. It's a good kick, too. The chase, though, from England has to be good. It's a solid straight line.
Oh, great defence. Good kick and chase. That'll lift the confidence now. It's a matter now of saying, hey, come on, this is your turn. See if you can get anywhere near the halfway line. Try to force the error. That's what England's got to do. But most importantly, make sure you get back to the official.
Yes, no penalties.
No penalties. You can't afford to give the Kiwi 40, 50 metres downfield. Cheap field position.
Luluai and Nathan Fien kicking very early in the tackle count.
It's a good one too.
It is, but now it's going to run dead. It's going to skip dead.
They'll be quite happy to get dead on that 30-metre line. And
it's a bit of a negative play, though, that, isn't it, for New Zealand? They've got to score
they're trying
a
to
converted try.
I don't think he intended it, Eddie. I think he wanted it to sit, didn't it? Just on around the try line. It did kick on, rolled harder than he expected. And it's a slugfest there in the middle of the field at the moment. Who's brave enough, who's tough enough to handle the shots like that?
Yes, Fox doing well. Here goes Graham for England, spinning out of one tackle, but Adam Blair came back and got him down.
And this is where the tables can be turned now.
One good, strong drive up the middle would do.
And this is where
Burgess provides it.
This is where the kick will come.
25 metres, 1 pointer, Sinfield, charge down. Knock on by Soliola. England will get the possession.
himself in a good position. That was a great dive, wasn't it? Super stuff there. Wonderful stuff by Adam Blair. But Soliola could not get the ricochet. Well, they've thrown down the gauntlet. Sinfield know, they've had the message. Obviously Tony Smith says, and this is where you just drive in and maybe confuse the Kiwis. The Kiwis might be so interested in trying to prevent, so you put Sinfield one side and then go the other. Use a bit of kidology.
Here's Sinfield now. This is Crabtree. He'll trundle it forward underneath the post. That's a great run from the home boy. Crabtree will play the ball here. It is with Graham. Here is Briscoe. Penalty under the post. 2 points on offer.
That'll do us. So that'll do England.
Surely we'll take the 2.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
I think they can make a mistake. I've seen teams do this before. They think here with 2 points that the game's won. And in fact, to a certain extent, when New Zealand scored at the Stoop to go 20 points to 14, Eddie, with about 4 minutes on the clock, I think they celebrated as if they'd won the match. It ended up being in a draw. Now, this is the message I think that they're going to send on to the players. You must keep playing, maintain your concentration, even though you're going to have an 8-point lead.
Well, you are right, Phil, in regards to that. Remember, the Australians went for the short kickoff. Obviously, I feel that the Kiwis have got to do exactly the same thing. So the concentration factor of the English lads has got to be, they'll go for the short one. Let's make sure we've got numbers out there to defuse the kickoff.
Well, he's the top goal kicker in Super League for the 3rd year in a row. And Kevin Sinfield does not miss those. So, 20 points to 12. New Zealand now have to score twice. Here's the penalty. That little roll coming up here from Adam Blair on Briscoe, right under the nose of the referee Thierry Alibert. And a few complaints. Short kick-off coming up. Knocked back. Oh, they've got it. Brilliantly won in the air by Soliola. And it was Goodwin who picked up the pieces. That was Pritchard. This is Moi Moi. And New Zealand immediately back on the front foot with 8 minutes to go and 8 points the difference.
They've got to defend for the life. Nobody comes out of the line.
Here's Isaac Luke. This is the danger man.
Stand your position. Do not go for glory. That is a message. Tony Smith will stay. Man on man.
Oh, great drive in here from the prop forward. He was so close, was Nuasala. England defending the line for all they're worth. Marshall. Pritchard again. Good England defence. Last tackle here. It's with Marshall. Slides the kick in. It's too deep. He was looking for Perrott, who came sliding through.
It was a planned move. Nathan Fee knew that the winger had come in. Just jinked it straight through. He was in a position, but it was just a little bit too strong. No finesse up the jumper. That's what's needed. Halfway line. Good kick and chase.
7 minutes to go. 8 points the difference.
Control, that's what has got to be the key now from England. And again, that's good work by Peter Fox. 2 tries. And he's really put himself about.
Graham with the drive in on tackle number 4. Sinfield is there. Gets the ball wide to Tompkins. Tompkins will just kick towards the corner. And so Haya will have to run this ball back. They're defending at the right end from an English point of view. Oh, hang on. Perrott.
Good job, he just got back in time, Michael Shenton. You could see a bit of an opening there. It's desperation time now for the Kiwis. They're going to try something different. Instead of the long kick, it's going to be a chip over the top. I've noticed that Sean Briscoe is not standing deep. He's anticipating... I'll try again. He's anticipating something.
Isaac Luke always steps up and challenges Isaac Luke.
So elusive, isn't he? And that could have been a penalty. Gareth Ellis was very lazy on him.
Last tackle here for New Zealand. That was Matolino. This is Nathan Fien. Little kick over the top. Now then, it's an enthusiastic chase. It's a very enthusiastic chase, but it's well done by Ryan Hall. Tompkins to Briscoe.
Pretty calm. It was a good kick as well, right into the corner.
New Zealand's turn now to hunt the mistake from England.
Tick, tick, tick. That's what's going through the minds of all these English players, meaning that the seconds have to be run down. Great work by Sinfield. He really has marshaled the troops. Oh, why do you want to do that? He went backwards, but why on earth do you want to do that?
And he's lost a bit of ground there for England.
Could have lost possession, which could have been very costly indeed.
Great run from James Graham.
Super stuff.
Sinfield. Great kick. Great kick. But he's well positioned, Lance O'Hire.
Well, he's looking for support, but I'm afraid there's no one going to him more. Tried to kid them by saying that he hadn't got the energy.
4.5 minutes remain. 8 points. Is it enough for England? That's Perrott. Good tackle by Shenton. Blair. England standing firm. Blair. No, his arm was free then.
That's got to be a penalty. He never made any attempt. Crabtree get back, got away with it.
This is Nathan Fien now, attacking the line. Not the best pass. Oh, he did well.
Did he?
Well to hang on to that, Isaac Luke.
Unbelievable how he got to that on the second occasion.
Last one, O'Hire and Marshall. Dink over the top. Well claimed by Sam Tompkins.
He may only be a young fella, this fella, but I'm telling you, he read that superbly. He anticipated. What was going through his brain? He will be saying, if I was in their position, what would I do? Chip over the top. He read it.
Well, the captain's returned to try and steady the ship for the last 3.5 minutes. Here's Gareth Ellis. England just looking to put the icing on the cake here. He's got the penalty, Gareth Ellis.
Take your time. Belt it into the corner.
Ben Matolino all over the top of Ellis.
I wouldn't even bother going for the attempted 2 from the penalty. This is where you eat up the clock, bang it into the corner. Sinfield has got enough confidence and experience to be able to do that.
England are 3 minutes away from the Four Nations final.
And it's been a tremendous effort from them all round. They've all done their job. The biggest problem in that first half against Australia was the defence out wide. It hasn't been a problem tonight. They've been solid as a rock.
This is Ellis again. Oh, he's in touch, is Ellis. And New Zealand will surely race to the scrum. And he knows that with 2.5 to go, that wasn't the smartest thing in the world to do.
Time off.
Especially from one of the most experienced as well, Gareth Ellis, who has had a tremendous season down under with the West Tigers.
2.5 minutes to go, 8 points. England will be pleased about the penalty from Sinfield. Here come New Zealand down that flank, but Tompkins doing his job well on Sam Perrott. Injured though, was he? He's hurt there.
Yeah, I think it was a high shot as well. Swinging arm. He's a big fella, Moi. Oh, he's lost it.
Stolen.
Oh, he's going to give a penalty. Oh boy, how's your nerves, Eddie?
Well, they've got the 8-point advantage, which is going to be crucial, I think.
Well, the only thing we've got to worry about then is the 8-point try. If they score, just don't commit a penalty.
I'll just keep taking the tablets, Phil.
So here come New Zealand, who have had the better of it in the second half, but England's defence has been solid. They took a lot of heart from that second half against Australia last week. Dabbed towards the in-goal area. Briscoe will just let that ball go. And there was a push in the back on the England full-back as well, which Benji Marshall was fortunate to get away with. They took the chance they're on. England are on their way to the final. They wanted another tilt in Australia, and they're going to get it.
Well, they've been absolutely outstanding tonight, haven't they? They've taken the physicality out of the New Zealand side and they took it out early. Tony Smith went with a big forward pack, made a change. He put Kevin Sinfield up to hooker and started with a massive forward pack. And he was able to get his team to assert themselves very, very quickly. And they took a lot out of the New Zealand side, something that we don't see all the time. We normally see the New Zealand side very, very physical indeed, but we've just seen error after error, and these have been forced, Eddie. These have been forced errors by the England defence. They've been absolutely outstanding defensively, and when they've had the football, they're running out of dummy half. Their shared workload has been absolutely outstanding. A very much improved performance, probably built on the second half of last week's effort against the Australian team.
A little bit like a run to the grand final this Four Nations has been, hasn't it? Not how you start, it's how you finish. Ben Westwood might have been finished then. Well, England don't need to get involved in this. It was a shocker on Westwood, I think. It was Fui Fui Moi Moi. Not the best. Westwood's all right. He's a tough cookie.
I think the incident itself was just a high tackle and a penalty. Then there was some pushing and shoving going on, as probably you'd expect from some frustrated players who perhaps before the match expected to make the Four Nations final. They look as though they could be going home on Monday.
Well, Westwood's all right. And England have got 15 seconds to play out. They're counting down to a place in the Gillette Four Nations final. It's all over. England have seen off the world champions. Tony Smith has fashioned a team that can have a real go at Australia next week.
Well, we've seen that England are tough enough and they're strong enough. Next week in the final, we'll find out whether they have the skills and the decision-making ability, particularly when it comes to defending against the Kangaroos. A much improved performance, one which has lifted the crowd, lifted the confidence of the English players, and I'm sure takes them through to the final in an excited fashion.
Just the one try in the match that came in the second half of the match. That came in the 43rd minute from Ben Matulino. Since then, it was simply a penalty goal from Kevin Sinfield 8 minutes from time that just gave England a bit of breathing space. But from 1 to 17, they've all played their part tonight. Not a winning debut for young Kieran Foran, but Eastman and Tompkins, well, that's a half-back combination that could easily see England all the way through to the 2013 World Cup. I know Myler's on the fringe of things, and there's people like Maguire and Burrow who might come back into the equation as well. But there's plenty of hope there for England with 20-year-old Sam Tompkins and Kyle Eastman the same age.
The most important factor, and Tony Smith knew this, they had to make sure they defended out wide. It has been a problem against the French. It was a problem in that first half against Australia. But tonight, they have tackled heroically. They have played as a unit, as a team. Tony Smith has to feel very proud about it. And what about the emergence? Kevin Sinfield, 30 tackles, 7 attacking kicks and 6 kicks in general play. And that's the reason, at the last moment, Tony Smith decided to start with Sinfield in that hooking role, and it has paid off marvellously.
It has, because Kevin Sinfield, who was man of the match in the grand final, is man of the match here against the Kiwis. He's with Bill.
Well, first of all, Kevin has to receive his trophy from Peter Hall from Gillette UK for a man of the match performance. Thanks, Peter. Well done, Kevin. That was a real nail-biting finale, wasn't it? You must have been really hanging on grimly.
Yeah, we were, yeah. I think it was a really tough game, but I think what you can see with this group now is a togetherness, and the lads are really buying into it. And I thought we improved a lot this week, and we certainly need to do for next week.
How early in the planning for this game were you going to be playing in that hooking role?
Oh, I had an idea Tuesday, and then it was confirmed Thursday, but I just want to do the best for the team, and you know, it meant Robes could come on and have some impact like he did, and it meant we could go with a big pack. So I'm delighted with the win. I'm not.
You'd take all the flack early on.
Well, whatever, you know, it's a team, and like I said, there's a lot of togetherness now, and it's one team, and that's how it should be.
Well, you'd had first halves where you hadn't put it together. You were fantastic in the first half here tonight, and so deep in defence second half. Yeah,
we did a lot of defending. I think the big step forward for us from last week, and looking at next week, we need to improve again. But big step forward. You know, we had to defend a lot of sets in our own line, even in that first half, and the lads did really well.
Thanks, Kevin. Well done on the man of the match performance tonight. And let's bring in a guy who got 2 tries, came back into the side, Peter Fox. Pinching yourself?
Yeah, I am a bit. You know, 2 weeks ago I didn't think I'd be in the final. You know, it's great to play in these sort of games, and you know, it's what I've wanted to do all my career.
Tony Smith paid you a big compliment in the build-up to this, in fact, saying that after, you know, missing out on the World Cup and then being in and out of favour, you could really have gone into a big sulk, but you didn't do that.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you know, we're a squad, we're a 24-man squad, and we've all got to pull together, you know, if we're going to have any chance of winning these 4 nations. So, you know, I had to keep my head down, train hard, and I'm glad to get the shot.
Tonight, it was about keeping your nerve, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you know, they threw everything at us, and thought we defended really well. I mean, I put my hand up for that first try, I shot on the line, and I shouldn't have. But I made up for that second half, and, you know, I'm really looking forward to this week.
Thanks, well done, Peter. And let's bring in another guy, came into the side, Earl Crabtree, and like Peter, you probably didn't think you were going to make the cut because you went through knee surgery about 4 weeks ago, didn't you, Earl?
Yeah, well, I hadn't trained, to be honest, not very much, but, you know, coming back off a knee op, you know, I just wanted to get myself fit and prove I could be an asset to the team, and, you know, I got myself in there, took my chance, and, yeah, well, here I am.
It looked as though you enjoyed tonight.
Yeah, fantastic, you know, playing in front of my home crowd as well. Brilliant occasion, the crowd rose when I came on, which is what I love about the game, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
You're at the sharp end in Super League, you're used to the physical confrontation. How much tougher is it going up against this Kiwi side?
Yeah, you know that they're going to come hunting for you, especially someone like myself. I try and lift the team, and other teams don't like that, I don't think, so they'll come looking for me. It's just about, you know, being a bit smarter, try and step away from a few of them, but, you know, you get that contact as well, and I enjoy it, I thrive off it.
What about the support here tonight? I mean, you mentioned playing on your home ground, but it wasn't just Giants supporters here tonight. You know, it's fans from all over rugby league. Great atmosphere, wasn't it? Great support for England.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's rugby league supporters for you. All get behind the teams or individuals from each team, so, you know, it's a great occasion. I'm just glad they're right behind us, because, you know, last week we didn't probably do them credit, but I think this week we're doing real proud, and next week, you know, there's another game.
Looking forward to that already.
Yeah, it's selected. Yeah, I can't wait. You know, I want another crack, and yeah, I want to be here for a while as well.
Thanks, sir. Well done tonight.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Well, they're all keeping their feet firmly on the ground by the sound of things, the England players, and so they should. But England have won here by 20 points to 12 to claim their place in the 2009 Gillette Four Nations final at Ellen Road next Saturday night.
20 points.